I mean, an 800 credit score is equivalent to what is it, $1 million?
Why you always pull up with some drama? I just want to talk about some dollars. Why you always hit me with a problem? That's a problem. I can't deal with all that, yeah.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Riches from Resources podcast. My name is Dominic Mastrocinque.
And I'm Tealianna Spinelli, and we have a special guest today. Nick, if you want to introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? My name is Nick Mastrocinque. I've been an entrepreneur for like the last 5 years now, and I'm excited to be on this podcast, be a part of this podcast, and hopefully it's entertaining and you guys get some value out of it.
All right, perfect. So basically, we're just we put together a little list of questions for you based off of kind of what you do, what you've been with, just answer them, give a little knowledge with them and just, some personal experience as well. All right, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's do it.
He does not know any of the questions, by the way, so this will be fun.
All right, so, and by the way, all the questions are a little bit based more onto what you do, not just basic questions. Right. So,
okay.
Number one, what made you first want to get into like cryptocurrencies, Forex, like that space?
What made me want to get into it?
Yeah, like what
made
you?
I remember I was in Connecticut and my brother comes into my room and he shows me a $500 commission on his phone, and that's what really made me want to get into it in the first place, because I was like, yo, he's making money on his phone and I have to go and work at my job as a busboy in a food center or whatever to make even half of that in a week. So he was able to make that on his phone. Like that was kind of like my first exposure to online money. So like me being able to see that, I was like, okay, Forex is legit, it's real. And then with crypto, I'm seeing crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Stellar, Ripple, all these different cryptos go from the price that they're at to like 10x in a year, 2 years, 3 years. So I seen that and I was like, this is just a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't I learn the skill on my phone so that I could just pull out my phone and then just make money? You know what I mean? That's kind of like the reason why. I mean, honestly, it's you. Because I had no prior knowledge to trading or Forex or crypto.
Do you recommend people to get into it? Like,
yeah,
learn
100%. To learn it, to be open-minded, to invest wisely, and to learn the skill of trading and of cryptocurrencies. Yeah.
Do you recommend 100%. Them getting into it right now at this second?
Right, getting into trading?
Getting into Bitcoin. Or not
like
Bitcoin,
investing
crypto.
into it or learning it?
Investing
in it. Well, I mean, just off of like an investor standpoint, obviously the market's been going down. The economy's been a little crazy. I think personally Bitcoin is going to go down to 10,000-15,000. It's at like 26,000 right now. But either way, whether you buy 26,000 or 10,000, I do believe it'll be at 100,000 in the next 2-3 years. I don't know, maybe earlier or something like that. But I definitely recommend people to learn crypto, invest a little bit, get their feet wet and whatnot, and learn trading. Get into trading, learn about how that works, foreign exchange market too.
What's your favorite type of income and why?
My favorite type of income is when I wake up and I got money. I made money while I was asleep. Money, passive income, residual income, whatever you want to call it. That's my favorite type of income. I've done a lot of different things. I've done network marketing. I've done trading. I've done cryptos. I've done solar sales. I've done life insurance sales. I've done all these different things, and I'd rather make X amount of money in my sleep than a lot more money if I have to work my whole day for it. You know what I mean? My favorite income is passive income, residual income. I'm always looking to work. I'm always working to create some type of residual income, some type of passive income. Because if it's just a one-time income, I don't have any excitement for it at all. I don't even like. It's cool. I'll make it. I'll do it real quick just to run up a little bag, get some money real quick. But it's not something that excites me. So my favorite income is the something that I could build now and get paid repeatedly on it.
Nice.
Getting paid while you sleep, man.
While I sleep, when I wake up, I get paid. No better feeling than that. You know what I mean?
There just isn't, honestly.
No better feeling.
Okay, so this one might be a little bit maybe more personal, but to some people, what made you? Obviously, you've had an extreme success in network marketing. It's basically kind of where you got started. what made you, I don't want to say leave, but what made you kind of drift away from network marketing?
So yeah, I mean, I've done a lot. I've done network marketing for I did it for like 4 years. I had a team of like 400 or 500 people, and there's nothing wrong with network marketing, right? There's nothing wrong with those type of companies, those type of industries. I was all in on it. I loved it, you know. But there comes a point where the work that you're doing doesn't really equal the money that you're making on a consistent basis. So like, you might hear in network marketing, okay, you do something once, you get paid forever. That's not necessarily the case, because if people don't continue to stay with your team, then it might not stay, your income will not stay at that level. You know what I mean? And in order to have a repeatable residual income, you need a product that has repeatable residual value. So if I'm selling, I don't even want to name any companies or any specific products, but I've done a couple. That product isn't necessarily a need. So if it's not necessarily a need, that means my residual income isn't necessarily a need in a way, meaning it's not always going to hit. So if I want something that's going to hit passively and residually, I need a product that's gonna bring passive residual value. And for example, real estate. That's my good example. Real estate. If for example, this Airbnb is one of the best ways to get passive residual income, because it's a necessity. You need to live here, right? People need to live somewhere. So like, this is a great example of that. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
I feel you on that, but you learn a lot from it though. Like, there's nothing.
It's great. It's great to start. It's great to learn.
This isn't the next question. This is just kind of like an add-on question.
Yeah.
What did you learn in network marketing that you can take into real business?
I've learned communication skills. I've learned. I used to not speak in front of anybody or want to do any of that, so I learned. I guess I learned some sales skills. I learned communication skills. I learned leadership skills. I learned the business in general, like how to run a business, how to run an organization.
Yeah.
Like how to lead people, how to be a leader. That's really the main points with it. But it's a great place to start and just learn and get connections, and network.
Agreed, 100%. Okay, so this one I know you're gonna like. What is your view on trading bots?
Trading bots. Okay. Trading bots are cool, right? So there's a lot of different trading bots out there. Let's start with what it is. So there's trading, and then there's a bot. Right? Trading is legit, right? Trading Forex, $6.6 trillion a day market. It's a legit industry. There's a lot of money to be made. Bots, automated. Artificial intelligence, algorithms, automated income, stuff like that. Now, there's a lot of bots out there that when they say, like, when you come across a bot and you invest into a bot, artificial intelligence, there's a lot of words that people use. You want to be very careful. First off, I love passive income. We already said that, right? But when it comes to artificial intelligence and bots, you have to be careful of which bot that you're in. Because if a bot's guaranteeing you, let's say 15% a month, first off, if it's guaranteeing you like over 10-15% a month, it's probably not going to last. But if it's guaranteeing you like 15% a month and you see like people making 15% every single month, it's a red flag, because based on market conditions, like it has to be something that's very, that has more wiggle room. You know what I mean? If it has more wiggle room, like I know one of the automations, Velocity, that we're invested into, they have a low of 1% gain in 1 month, and then they have a high of 22% gain in 1 month. So like that's a green flag, because it shows that it's actually an algorithm. It's actually an artificial intelligent bot that's going out there, right, and trading in the markets, and it's based on market conditions and all of that. When something's like, let's say it's 15% a month, and every month it makes 15%, that's more of like another word for Ponzi scheme in a way, because like basically it's just taking other money's investors. It's not actually trading in the market, and then it's giving you 15% of whatever your money is every single month. So it's kind of like a red flag with that. Don't invest into any trading bots if they aren't actual AIs, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with the broker. You gotta be very, very careful when it comes to investing. But you have to be careful with the broker. You have to be careful with the track record, what's being said about it, and stuff of that nature.
So basically, make sure you trust whoever brings you something like that.
I could go on a lot, very deep into that topic, but yes, you have to be very careful with who and what it is. I've been into a lot of different ones that, one day your money's stuck. You can't withdraw it. If a broker has a withdrawal issue, that's not a good sign. You should be able to withdraw your money in one day. That's it. There's nothing else really.
Well, yeah, I mean, if anyone listening has questions, you guys can always message him. Your IG's gonna pop up.
We'll put it right there.
Yeah, we'll put it right there.
Cool.
But if anyone has any other questions, you can message him about finding like a proper one. Because they're not all like that, but 99% you want to be careful with.
If it sounds too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. But you also have to understand that these big institutions, they trade with algorithms. They trade with softwares, algorithms, that are trading your money in the markets. I gotta watch what I say, but that are trading, that are trading, other people's money in the markets. You want to get a hold of those, not other. Don't follow copy traders or someone who's just trading, or even signals are cool, but that's a little off topic.
Okay, all right. This is a little less business, but what made you first get into fitness? And second, stay consistent and take it like as serious as you do now, basically. Because I worked out a lot seriously when I was younger, and then I kind of stopped, and kind of been on and off. Like, what made you even want to get into it, and two, what made you take it to the level you're taking it now?
That's a good question. I remember. I started working out 4 or 5 years ago, and I just my friends were there. I have found it as a place as the gym. Honestly, the gym is more than just working out, going and working out, and people are like, oh, well, what are you going to the gym for? Are you competing? Are you doing this? Bro, it's just it's more than just physical. It's mental. It's mental health. The gym is mental health. The gym is therapy. So it's for me, if I don't go to the gym, I gotta remember your question. But if I don't go to the gym, if I wake up and I don't go to the gym for more than 1, 2, 3 days, I'll start losing my mind. I'll start being yo, this isn't good. I don't feel right. You know what I mean? I have to go to the gym, not because it's oh, I need to work out. It's like a drug or anything. It's kind of like a drug in a way, I guess. It's like dopamine, but it's more like therapy in a way. It's something that if I'm able to have that a part of my day, then my whole rest of my day I could master, right? Because what do you think about when you're benching 225? What are you thinking about?
Please don't let this fall
I'm not
on me.
thinking about anything else, but I gotta lift this weight up.
I gotta get
You know
it
what
off.
I mean? I gotta lift this weight up. It teaches you consistency. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you delayed gratification. And it just feels good because it gets your mind off of everything. You just go there, you work out, you look better, you feel better, you do better. What?
I have literally seen him go crazy just after 2 days of not going to the gym.
Today's actually our off day though. Today's the off day.
We've gone crazy. I've walked miles to go to the gym.
Yeah.
We've walked,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Can you repeat?
Basically, I guess, yeah, you basically, what got you into it? You answered that. And two, what makes you take it to, the level that you're at now? Some people are just okay with going to the gym, working out, looking good, feeling good. But, what makes you, I guess there's a little bit more detail. What makes you, stuff that muffin down your throat at 1 a.m. to get those extra calories in?
That was too much.
You know what I'm saying? What makes you eat more? What makes you really care about, I didn't hit this calorie level, I have to eat more, I have to do this for the gains, for the gym? What makes you go to that level instead of just being at I'll work out and I'll eat breakfast, lunch, dinner? What makes you want to go to that next level of fitness?
Well, I would say for the last 5 years, it wasn't always like that. My mindset wasn't always like how it is. Let's say today. There's been times where I've slacked off. I didn't eat my food, whatever. It was more like I said, there's the therapy part, but then there's also the part of I don't want to go to the gym and look exactly the same and necessarily look exactly the same, do the same weight or less. Like I want to go to the gym and I want to squat more than I squatted a couple months ago. I want to bench more. I want to lift more. I want to just look better. I want to, it's that. And then with the food part, I mean that the food is just as equal as the gym. Like if I don't get the food in, there's been times where I worked out for 6 months consistently, 5-6 days a week, and I didn't even look any different. If anything, I lost weight or whatever, and it's just because of the food, right? Your food, your gym, and then your sleep is as equal. They're all 33% of what the gym is and what fitness is. Plus, I wanna be more of like a fitness influencer too. I want to have my own clothing brand. I want to have my own possibly pre-workout supplement, stuff like that. But mainly, it's just mentally, bro. I like waking up. I like putting on gym gear. I like to crack open an energy drink. I like getting my body moving and just seeing what my body's full potential is. Because I always liked sports. I like football, I like basketball. I always like playing sports and stuff. And I'm obviously not in college. I can't play any sports. So it's like the gym's like the closest thing to that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. In your opinion, which is better, cash or credit, and why?
Because you always want to use OPM, other people's money. You never want to use your own money. This is something that I've learned over the last 5 years. Is I always used to use my own money to invest, and yeah, you might have some success with that, but it's not going to bring you to that next level. You always want to use other people's money. You always want to get funding. You always want to get credit cards, high credit card limits, so that you could use that money to invest. Not your own necessarily money. I mean, an 800 credit score is equivalent to what is it, $1 million?
Around there,
Maybe
yeah.
more.
About
At least
valuable.
6 figures,
Yeah.
like 800. I'm pretty sure it's like at least $500,000 to $1 million having an 800 credit score.
It's worth more than 100K.
So
That one.
it just makes sense to build your credit, especially business credit. Build your credit score. Honestly, your business credit. Get an LLC. Build up your business credit score. Add trade lines to that score, because you could basically add a 30-year, $300,000 trade line to your business credit score, or your business credit, for maybe a couple $1,000s, and then from there you could get so much. You could do so much with that. You could get funding. You could get 100K in credit cards, and then you could use that money. You could liquidate the credit cards. You could invest with that. Like it's insane the power of other people's money. I mean, you guys hear it all the time from Grant Cardone. You guys hear it from all these high-level individuals. You always want to use other people's money, not your own money. You don't even want money going to your bank account. You want money going to your business bank account. You want, that's for taxes.
Yeah.
That's for tax purposes. But credit.
Nice.
Perfect.
I agree.
Okay.
Cash is cool too. I like some cash.
Yeah, I mean, cash is great. Yeah.
Credit
Of course
can
it
make cash,
But
so.
yeah, credit will get you farther
Credit will get you further.
than cash. People trust, like you're more trusted if you have good credit than a lot of cash.
Exactly.
Okay, so how many times throughout your entrepreneurial journey, have you wanted to quit but didn't? And how many times and why didn't you quit?
Define quit. Like, what's quit?
Where like you were just like, Jesus, like this,
Like,
am I okay?
like quit and go back to a job, or quit like I just am mentally saying I don't want to do this shit.
I would say basically to where like, how many times did you think like, damn, maybe this isn't for me, or like, damn, maybe, yeah.
I don't think I ever said that I wouldn't want to be an entrepreneur. I have two parts. I don't think there's ever been a time where I said I want to quit and go back to a job. I never will ever have ever even considered that. Like, that's never even an option. Even no matter how bad it gets, it's like that's not even an option of like, I'm just gonna go back to a job. I don't even contemplate that. Like, it's just not even there. But there's obviously times that you're in a certain business and then that business goes under, or you're in a certain investment and that investment goes under, and then you're just like, I wouldn't say in my mind I wanted to quit. It's just it makes me sometimes it makes me stagnant in a way. Sometimes like something happens in my business. I lose a business. I lose money. Lose investments. Happens all the time. And it makes me stagnant. but I never give up. You know what I mean? Sometimes it'll make me stagnant or whatever, but it's like I never give up, really. Was that was that the question?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, basically.
yeah, that's basically the question. We just want to get the input.
Yeah,
All right. So number 8, if you can go back and do one thing in your business different at the very beginning of your entrepreneurship journey, what would it be?
My business?
Or if you can go back and do one thing in business or entrepreneurship,
One thing in business and entrepreneur. Oh my God, 100% build my credit.
build your credit.
When I first started, I used my own money for everything. For everything, I had a couple credit cards, maybe like $2,000 in credit cards. But if I knew the credit hacks that we all know now
Yeah.
of being able to get multiple 5 figures in credit cards, being able to liquidate that money, being able to get business funding, build your credit score, being able to get a business credit score, being able to get trade lines, all this different stuff. I would have never ever used my own money. I would have always borrowed money, used other people's money to invest in. If I knew that, I'd probably be in a completely different position right now, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Because I didn't start building my credit. I've always built my credit and I've always like applied. I didn't even apply. Maybe I had like 4 credit cards until this last year. I always kind of knew credit, paid off my credit, did the right thing. I think my highest score was like a 760 or something. But I never understood how to really use credit to my maximum potential. Like if I was taught that when I was 18, when I first started entrepreneurship, of hey, do this, that, liquidate your money, invest it here. Don't use your money, use other people's money, open up an LLC, all that stuff. Like I'd be in a completely different position, regardless of all the things that I've done, all the businesses and whatnot.
Facts. I feel like we all can attest to that because the credit stuff we know now is life changing. Like I think we had this conversation with somebody a couple days ago or a week ago, and we were literally talked on the phone for like 3-4 hours just talking about exactly that topic. So
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people get that left out because most people, what I did learn when I started learning about credit was a lot of the people that I followed in other businesses that had money weren't really educated on what to do with money.
yeah.
They knew how to make it, but they didn't know how to use it because I was never taught. We were around, me and you had shook hands and met and had dinner with actual millionaires, and no one ever mentioned the word credit. No one ever mentioned, and that's not even a shot at anybody, but like it's like crazy how like that next level of wealth has to be coming from
other people's money.
From other people's money. You can only make so much money by yourself, and then eventually, you need to get some of the bank's money and start doing it because they have unlimited money, so that's the only way you're gonna scale and jump it.
Yeah.
Or at least they have unlimited money right now. Who knows what's going on with them?
Yeah.
That's another conversation.
Yeah, it's a whole nother combo. Okay. Number 9. How is it that how do you go about growing your social media? Like how is it through engagements? Is it through boosting your posts? Is it through maybe polls on your Instagram story? How do you build your Instagram? Because you've obviously been getting a good amount of extra followers, likes, views, comments. So like how do you really go about that? Because obviously most people who get stuck nowadays in entrepreneurship is because their Instagram isn't looking correct. Even if they maybe have bought a lot of followers, the likes may not add up and it doesn't really look right, and some people might not trust. So what do you think about that?
Hitting you with the hard questions.
Yeah.
The long questions. So social media, obviously your Instagram is your business card, right? When you talk to someone, you do some business or whatever, and you connect on Instagram, that's the first thing that they see, right? It's may not be the best thing ever, but when people look at your Instagram, they want to look at who else looks up to this person, right? Who else looks up to this person? So my goal has always been, okay, well, when I give someone my Instagram, I don't like when I do sales, like if I'm doing sales or something, I don't like to, which I do sales, some part sales and whatnot. I don't like to chase down people or anything like that. I like them to see my Instagram. I like them to see what I have going on. I post my comments, my page, and for them to come to me. I act as my Instagram as a funnel. So I want them to just come to me based on what they see. I don't want to have to go out there, message you, and try to chase you down and do all this. Like, no, I don't have time for that. So when it comes to your followers, when it comes to your likes, your comments, obviously if you have, for example, I have like 26,000 followers. If I'm only getting 100 likes or 200 likes, I look very sketchy. Right? There's a lot of people out there, they have 50K followers, 100,000 followers, and they only have like a couple hundred likes, maybe 5 comments. You look fake. You look like a scammer. Like, it's just, you don't look like a real account. So when it comes to building your social media, it's very hard to catch engagement on Instagram. It just is, right? So what I've been doing is I've been building an agency, more or less, where I'm able to go and connect with these other entrepreneurs, only people who are really a part of the U.S., only people who are quality people. They have a lot of followers, and we're all in a community, different group chats on Telegram, where I'm able to literally drop. It's like a whole different social media platform. When I post, I don't just post on Instagram. I also post in the Telegram chat. When they post, they don't just post on Instagram. They also post in the Telegram chat. So it's a whole nother community where we're incentivizing each other to literally go and comment and like on each other's posts, right? And you might be like, oh, well, that's kind of like cheating in a way. It's not cheating at all. We have our own community that does that, right? And when I put hashtags on my post, when I post a picture and I put hashtag fitness, hashtag entrepreneurship, and I'm getting 10, 50 comments in the first hour, that's automatically pushing in 300 likes, 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes or whatever. That's automatically pushing my post up higher in the hashtag. It's pushing it onto the explore page. It's pushing it onto recommended. It's pushing my post out there because Instagram doesn't know the difference. They just know, okay, more people are commenting and engaging on this person's post. We're gonna push them out into the to the world. And then next thing you know, I have other people that I've never talked to before that aren't even connected in the chats, aren't even connected to my social media now, that are like, hey, I found you on the explore page. What do you do? It's the craziest thing. So that's something that I would recommend 100% if you're an entrepreneur, if you're trying to grow a business, if you're trying to grow your social media. That's what I've been doing for likes, for views, for comments, because it's real people. It's not like I'm going out there and buying fake comments. A lot of people have those fake, they get like 10 fire emojis from the same person. I'm like, bro, you look even worse. Like,
It's lit. It's
lit.
lit.
This is cool. This is cool.
It's cool. Keep up.
So it's like, if you look at my Instagram, or if you look at their Instagram too, like, we have real people commenting on our posts willingly, because we have such a great community that are behind us, and that's automatically bringing me more sales, more business, vice versa.
Yeah.
Message us on IG to learn more.
Okay, so the last and final question.
What, 10 already?
Yep, this is the 10th one. Last and final question. Is there advice you want to give to a new entrepreneur watching this? Like, what's the main number one?
The main number one out of everything. It's not trading. It's not credit. It's not any of that. It's being coachable. That's the number one thing, and people overlook that so much. It's like, bro, you have to go. There's so many young people. Oh, it's weird that I'm saying. There's so many people. I'm 22. There's so many people that I work with that are 18, 17, 19. And the one thing that they lack, I see so much potential in them, and I work with them, and I'm like, yo, this person is going to be like 10 times further where I am if he just listens to me in the next 2 years. If he just listens. They don't listen. They're uncoachable. They think that they know what they're doing. They're doing their own thing. And you'll tell them something, but they won't comprehend it, and they won't listen. The number one thing you have to do at 18 is sit down, be coachable, go read Kevin Trudeau, Your Wish is Your Command, read that, and listen to that 50 times. Just put it in your head. Just write it down. Study the word coachable. Study that stuff. I don't want to go too far into that. I feel like it might be too over people's head. But coachable. Find a mentor. Find a couple mentors, and just do what they say. Like, bro, if you ask them for an opinion about what you're doing with business, and they tell you something that you don't want to hear, and don't ask somebody you just wanting one answer to it. You know what I mean? That's like, you can't ask someone, hey, bro, like, what do you think about this this business, this company I'm working with? And they say, oh, I don't think it's a good idea. And then you're like, well, why not? Like, no, you have to find a couple mentors of your own, and do what they say. Like, if they say that you're hanging out with the wrong people, bro, you're hanging out with the wrong people. If they say you should do this, that. If they're saying you should build your Instagram, you do this, do that. You gotta be coachable. You just gotta listen. Because people like myself, people like us, like we're not gonna sit there and waste time with people who are not listening, not paying attention. It's not worth the time. But if you're 18, if you're young, if you're just starting, or if you're 25 and you're just starting, if you're 35 and you're just starting, I don't know. Find someone who has the success you want and just listen. Just do it. Do what they say. Coachable. That's it.
I feel like a lot of people struggle with that, and that's why a lot of people get held back. And I mean, me and you were talking about this too. Like, a lot of being coachable sometimes is hard for some people when they first start. Whether it might be about the people they hang out with or the habits that they have or whatever it might be. And I feel like a lot of people, struggle with that, but then they realize that no one's going to help someone who's not coachable, because you're just, at the end of the day, like you need them, they don't need you.
Yep.
Like, their life is good and they're probably listening to their mentors. So they don't want to sit there and deal with someone who doesn't want to listen, because then they don't really want it, bad enough.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with everything. I think this was a great podcast.
Yeah,
I
Nick, thanks for hopping on here, man.
Yep.
We got to do this one outside. It wasn't raining, so
Yeah.
we had the nice view, the nice breeze of Puerto Rico over here. We're looking at the ocean. I know we can't really turn it, but it's a beautiful view, guys. But thank you for hopping on. Thank you for taking some time out. I hope you guys learned a little something about basically what Nick's been doing, how he's been able to, come up, be successful, some of the struggles he's done. Maybe you guys can relate or not, or if you're just starting out, just listen, just listen and do what he says. Be coachable if you're first starting out. But guys, everything's going to be posted up on the Credit to Wealth YouTube. You can subscribe, obviously, for more videos. We're going to be doing one once a week. You have anything else that you want to say?
Thank you, Nick, for being our first guest. This was very fun.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, we will see you guys next week. I think we should give them the Instagram one more time. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. See y'all later.